I'm back with some more Zero Hour. This time it's the China campaign. It's a little bit harder than the other ones.
Good afternoon. As America withdraws its troops to strengthen homeland defense, our own nation now takes the rightful path to lead the world against terrorism. In a televised address, our premier again denied involvement with GLA hoodlums and condemned their use of stolen Chinese armament against our great ally. The premier's military commanders have pledged to repel the GLA from former American bases in Europe. China will not allow continued GLA control of advanced U.S. military hardware. Our opinion polls show majority of citizens support the premier and ask for swift retribution. From our post in Germany, this is Sang Meiying, Beijing World News.
The story for this game's kind of thin, but I like how they give you extra information using the news briefings during loading times. That's pretty nice.
I did not think the United States would be defeated so easily. I do not understand why the United States has allowed this to happen. This cannot be allowed to stand. China will make things right. GLA's treacherous use of our resources against the Americans has caused great embarrassment to China. They must pay for their insolence. They believe they have won the day, but they celebrate too soon.
We have spotted survivors. Ground assault will be necessary.
General, the GLA
We will
managed to
live in
defeat the US
prosperity.
forces in this area.
That's a good
We
choice.
launched a devastating counterattack,
China
but like
will be
Rome,
larger
they are still
overlord
alive.
tank.
Even now, the GLA survivors are building. To finally
here we go.
eliminate the
When do
GLA,
I
we
get
must send in
started?
our forces and root them out of every dark corner in which they hide.
Typically, the first missions are the easiest, so I'm going to try to beat this one as fast as I can. Should be a pretty fun warm-up.
Is ready. Building is complete, sir. It will look real nice when it's done. Ah, yes.
No airfields.
That's a good
That kind of
start.
sucks.
General,
I just
our
think
new
that's
listening
bad.
outposts
for
are stationed
China.
in the area. They are at your disposal.
Tune in to the enemy.
The listening
Moving
outpost
operations.
itself is
Let's
unarmed.
build, sir.
However, its passengers can fire on
Nice
enemies
location.
that venture too
I
close.
built for
You will
China.
find its long sight
A
range
very
and
good
stealth
plan,
ability
General.
greatly enhances
Overlord is
battlefield
waiting.
awareness.
I am
Those
in
outposts will
control.
come in handy. Whoever designed this
This better be
campaign
good.
really loves the little invisible bombs. So while I want to beat this as quickly as possible, I'm probably going to have to creep around this map just to avoid getting my shit blown up.
Let's pick up some complete, sir.
But at least they supply you with some outposts and an overlord. They're the best at creeping around.
Extra large. I see.
Adjusting frequency. We stand together.
Should need more than a couple of tank hunters to take out that marauder.
I am big. I will
Doubt
take
the overlord will have any problems taking out that scorpion either.
Now that you
We'll
have
get the
reestablished
location.
our base of operations, it is time
yes,
to root
that-
out all remaining GLA forces in the area.
Tail to their armor. Throw everything at them. We'll tail to their armor.
What a surprise, more bombs. I'd say if I had a major complaint about these campaigns, is there's just too many of those fucking bombs. All they do is slow you down.
We'll tail through their armor.
China
At least they
will
let you
roll
build
out.
inferno cannons on this level. They're pretty handy. As far as artillery goes, they're inexpensive and their firestorm ability kicks ass. Of course, I can't actually build them until I get the propaganda center up, but it's nice that they at least give you a couple to start with. Really helps out for defense. Though they are inexpensive, you do need like 3 or 4 of them at least to make a firestorm so they can reach their full potential. If you're not making firestorms with them, they're really not that good.
Moving now, sir. Defenders of peace.
Might as well take the oil derrick too. I don't think they're sending anything out right now. So I probably got a minute to grab a few things.
Construction built to spec.
Tune in to the enemy.
Should we capture
I
them?
like the big
Let's
targets.
find the tanks. China's tank division. Adjusting frequency.
If I wipe out that bomb and stuff one of those houses with tank hunters, I think the oil derrick will be secured for a while. Unless they start sending in toxin tanks, in which case all those RPG troopers are gonna die.
We have the building now.
Big.
If I capture those USA buildings and sell them instead of use them, I should have enough money to make a pretty good attack force.
Throughout the
Right
town.
away.
Perhaps you could use a
Defenders
dragon
of
tank
peace.
to clear out those garrisons.
China's pressure level.
Good idea. I might as well use the dragon tanks while I'm waiting for everything else to get done.
Temperature stable. Let us get closer. We'll get the location.
Probably not a bad idea to send a dozer over there to keep that building
Looks
repaired.
promising.
I'm carrying the big gun. Dead in their back.
Ah, damn it, I missed one of the bombs. At least they gave me 2 dragon tanks. Seriously, though, I fucking hate those bombs. They're so fucking annoying. I don't think it'd be as bad as China if the outposts weren't so damn slow.
Ignition.
I'm almost to the point to where I'd rather just send in a bunch of weak units to set them off rather than detect and blow them up. Hey, you know what? Screw it. How about I just build some artillery and set the whole fucking map on fire? How's that? I mean, it's a form of stealth detection. Anything that's hiding will be running around screaming, so you'll know where they are.
Raise the red flag.
If I really want to burn everything, I'm going to need some more money, though. Better take all these buildings and scrap them.
It won't be long. This better be good. China has been generous.
Since I'll have that extra money soon, I might as well build another war factory.
We will claim it for China.
I'd build some rangers with flashbangs to help wipe out those garrison buildings, but at this point I may as well just use the flame artillery. Artillery is going to be way more useful than flashbangs if I have to wipe out an entire GLA base.
Congratulations,
Building
General.
is
You
complete.
have been promoted.
Start an inferno.
Ah, damn it, still level 2. Don't have any of the good stuff yet.
Right away. The building Defenders of peace. We are the Red Guard. Yes, sir. Understood. We have captured the building, sir.
Too bad I can't just build more overlords. I kind of prefer them for stealth detection right now. I mean, I'm not fighting any aircraft or anything like that, so might as well have something that detects stealth and can kick a lot of ass, instead of something that detects stealth and really can't afford to be seen by anything.
Ours.
Not that I hate the outposts, I just prefer them for defense rather than offense. Mainly because they move around like a bathtub on wheels. They really can't afford to be seen. Since I am using the artillery a whole lot, I might as well get the Black Napalm upgrade too. That extra fire damage will come in handy.
I build for China.
This would be a good time to build a second supply
China
center.
will grow larger.
It's also probably a good time to fast forward while I build a huge horde of Battle Masters and Gatling tanks.
Big targets.
It's not quite a horde, but it'll do. Plus, I have the artillery to back me up.
When do I get started?
Doesn't look like anything my artillery can't handle. I'll send the tanks to defend up north and bomb the town. Now I just need to build some more Battle Masters and... Shit!
Congratulations, General.
Well, that's what I get for attacking a garrison building without paying attention to it. That was stupid.
Won't be long.
They didn't kill too many of my units, but I'm still kind of short for a full attack, so I'm going to have to build some more before I really get at them.
Let's rain some fire.
Then again, the Inferno cannons might be all I need. I really like the Firestorm ability. It's kind of hard to get it to trigger sometimes with just 5, but it's awesome when it pops off. It does way more damage than toxins or radiation, but it doesn't linger as much. So in a way, it's kind of better if you want to invade. No need to wait around and wait for it to wear off, and it eats up everything.
We'll get the location. Yes, that's
Looks like I maxed out my XP. These will be pretty handy. Just need to put a few more units on queue, get my
What
tanks
do you
together,
need?
and push forward across the bridge.
China's
It won't
tank
be
division.
long.
What a surprise. More bombs in the
Fighting for the
bottleneck.
Red Army.
I mean, it's like every fucking map. There's no letting up. Even on the GLA missions fighting the USA, they still use these bombs. Not that they're ineffective, I guess. I mean, they blow up some of my tanks, but it's always just something that slows you down. It doesn't really make the game harder. It just kind of limits you to the speed of your fastest stealth detecting unit, which in this circumstance is the outposts, which are pretty fucking slow.
Tune into the enemy.
That elevated artillery platform has to go. I'm not going to be able to reach that with my Inferno cannons without them taking a couple of shells, so it's a pretty good time to use the General's powers, I think.
May I suggest that you garrison several of the nearby buildings to defend our base?
I'm like 8 minutes ahead of you, Chinese War Advisor lady. Why don't you let me build an Air Force next time? Or maybe some Overlords. Why would you purposefully handicap your commanders like this? That's about as clear as an opening as I'm gonna get. Time to move in.
In a moment, we are. I am in control.
China's tank division.
Overlord moving.
Everything will go up in smoke.
Ah, boy. I can tell just by the way these vehicles are moving around. It's going to be a real bitch to get these artillery to fire. Just because of the bottleneck. The AI kind of can't figure out where to go.
Is next.
I hate it when they get forced into a column like that. It makes using artillery a real pain in the ass. Fuck it, I'm moving in. I just hope the artillery doesn't do that stupid thing where they go in range of the enemy. You get a lot of bang for your buck out of these Inferno cannons. There's a few units that can handle toxins and radiation, but there's nothing that can stand up to that firestorm. It just does way too much damage. Not much here to stop me now. Though, to be fair, they didn't send that much at me to begin with. It's a pretty easy map.
Engulf them in flames.
But just in case things get a little intense, I might as well send in the cavalry.
Imperial cannons loaded.
What do you need?
When do I get started?
Ooh, shit. I like how the artillery shells blow up just as long as they hit a solid object. It isn't the most realistic game, but it does a pretty damn good job.
Overlord is waiting. Extra large. They are nothing. I see.
Wow, there really isn't too much resistance here. I probably could have attacked way earlier. All I really needed to get in here was my general's powers to attack that elevated artillery platform. But I probably could have sent in like 10 Inferno cannons to light it on fire. Probably would have done the job.
I am
When
in
do I get
control.
started?
Well, I'm sure my request for a harder mission will be fulfilled later. Time to finish him off.
Let's light him up.
I kind of regret not using China as much in the past. They have a really strong ground game. Beefy tanks, portable artillery, and pretty cheap infantry too. While I appreciate how cheap all the GLA stuff is, the China stuff's still pretty cost effective.
Order confirmed.
It's also nice so many of their generals' powers do direct damage. It's pretty handy.
Fire from the sky.
Not too much more left after that carpet bombing. Time to barbecue the leftovers.
This will be good.
Of course, that's the flaw with the Inferno cannons. By themselves, they can't really hit a moving target, so you either have to have some reinforcements for them, or you have to force fire where the enemy's gonna be.
Let's rain some fire.
That was fun. Easy but fun.
We are victorious.
Easy but fun. I really ought to watch my phrasing. But maybe this mission's a bit too easy. They don't really send anything out after you, and you could take most of the map without much resistance. But it was still way harder than the first GLA and USA mission, so it wasn't bad. Just make sure to bring your artillery, watch out for bombs, and be careful of the garrison buildings too, but you should probably already know that. That was just my mistake. Not much else to say about this one, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you on Mission 2.